I also say that Ulf Kristersson was forged in the fire of a new geopolitical constellation in Europe. We both were. When you became Ulf Prime Minister on October 18, 2022, Sweden and we all were faced with difficult and challenging questions after the Russian attack on Ukraine. But after all, dear Ulf, you grew up in the long-time steel-making town of Torshälla, right? Torshälla. So I watched from the beginning how you did not bend, you stood firm and strong. You and your cabinet facilitated the shift in Swedish security policy. Your country made a historic choice for the security of Europe as a whole. You have since joined NATO. You have made the alliance stronger. You have made the alliance more visible in this part of Europe. And the German Federal President Steinmeier just visited Sweden and Finland in recognition of your new role as NATO members. I also deeply appreciate our joint work for our common security in the Baltics. You know that Germany is part of this part of the European Union as well. In terms of support for Ukraine, I have always been able to count on Sweden and on you. Ulf, we were both convinced that supporting Ukraine means not just supporting Ukraine in their territory, but means safeguarding our own security and our own freedom in this part of the European Union we are living in. So this is our task. And by the way, the Ukrainian flag shares the blue and yellow. For you, Ulf, it's not empty talk. You back it with real money and with tripled defense spending in the last 6 years here in Sweden. Congratulations and many thanks for this great contribution to NATO, to freedom, to security of all of us. Thank you. And dear friends, there is a lot we can learn from Nordic defense cooperation. Let me give you an example. The Swedish, Danish, Finnish and Norwegian air forces have developed a joint operational concept, Nordic Air Power Concept, with a NORDEFCO framework, and established their own Nordic division at NATO's new combined Air Operations Center in northern Norway. The Nordic air forces have set an ambitious goal to be able to conduct comprehensive joint air operations as a single unit. We could not have imagined that this will one day happen before this terrible war began in Ukraine. But this is now in place, and you are doing so much for our European security in that respect as well. Many thanks again what you are doing here. So, dear colleagues, dear friends, this is exactly the kind of spirit and determination we need to strengthen the European pillar within NATO. And this cooperation makes all of us, makes Europe safer. So we all know that security in Europe has fundamentally changed in recent years. It is clear that Russia poses an imminent threat to us. In this time of geopolitical uncertainty and growing security challenges, Germany carries a special responsibility, not only for its own future, but also for the unity of Europe as a whole. And we Germans, we know that. Germany needs to become an anchor in terms of security and economic stability in Europe. And I promise you today, Germany is rising to this strategic challenge. We are transforming our army, the Bundeswehr, into the, quote, strongest conventional army in Europe. Our new military strategy puts political intent into a coherent military framework. It is, of course, in line with NATO's strategy and planning. The issue of preserving and renewing the foundations of Germany's competitiveness is at the heart of our governing coalition with the Social Democrats in Berlin. That is why we are now implementing ambitious reforms in our welfare state, in our healthcare system, in our tax system. We are doing that. There is a pressing need for action after years of neglect. We have already achieved a lot in our first year. Tax relief for businesses, a healthcare reform that is now making its way through Parliament. We have managed to put in place a true shift in migration policy. Germany is no European magnet for illegal migration anymore. We have been able to reduce illegal migration, dear colleagues and friends, by 70% compared to 2023. For the first time since 2015, Germany is no longer the country with the highest number of asylum seekers in Europe. And we are reshaping the energy transition, moving away from ideology and toward greater pragmatism. I will not sugarcoat it. Working with our coalition partner isn't always easy, and you know that as well here. But it is necessary. We will not leave our country in the hand of radical forces. You don't do that, and we won't do that either in Germany, dear friends and colleagues. They are populists that want to divide our country, and they are pro-Russian politicians. We are committed to success, and we would do well to learn from others, such as from you in Sweden. We are on the same page in this respect as well, dear friends and colleagues. So I am, and we are, determined to get Germany back on track. Europe needs Germany, we know that. But Germany needs Europe as well to succeed. You might know the famed Swedish poet and Nobel laureate Thomas Tranströmer, who wrote in his famous poem Romanska bågar: Du blir aldrig färdig, och det är som det skall. For the Germans in the room, you are never finished, and that is exactly how it is meant to be. For me, that encapsulates the ongoing project of Europe integration. That we are willing to continue building, learning, and growing together. In this sense, Europe's unfinished character is not our weakness. It is a sign that its democratic spirit is very much alive. I deeply believe that Europe needs parties like ours, like you and us, as driving forces. Whenever there was a major crisis in Europe, the center-right parties were the ones providing solutions. As we are determined to make our countries better and more prosperous, we also want to build a better Europe. And let me say it clearly, these are two sides of the same coin. I believe that Sweden and Europe are better off by the policies of the Moderate Party and the leadership of your Prime Minister, of the leadership of Ulf Kristersson. Thank you again, Ulf. Thank you again, Ulf, for your friendship and for our close cooperation. In this sense, I hope you have a successful Sverige Myrte and wish you all the best for this year's election campaign. Tack så mycket. Many thanks, dear friends and colleagues, and all the best to all of you. Thank you for having me. Thank you for our friendship. Thank you for our cooperation. All the best to you and all the best to your country. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
And thanks
Thank
for the
you.
warm word.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Great. Great.
Thank you.
Stort tack för det. Nu är det dags för en kort paus. Vi ses igen klockan 11:15, alltså 11:15 är vi tillbaka igen.